let's talk about something that might seem a little old school, but is actually mission critical for any company: the mailroom. I mean, think about it. Contracts, invoices, legal notices, all that super important stuff, it all flows through one central place. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain and see how this whole system works. So, you've popped a letter or a package in the mail. Have you ever stopped to think what actually happens on the other end? It doesn't just magically appear on someone's desk. Nope, it goes on a whole journey, a really precise, secure process, and we're going to follow it from start to finish. So here's our game plan. We'll kick things off with the absolute basics. Then we'll trace the path of mail coming in and mail going out. We'll also check out the different ways to send stuff, and we'll wrap it all up with the number one most important rule of the mailroom. All right, first things first, before we get into the nitty-gritty of tracking mail, we need to get on the same page about what we're even talking about. Let's lock in the key ideas here. The big word you're going to hear a lot is correspondence. And really, it's just a professional way of saying any written communication. We're talking letters, invoices, contracts, packages, basically anything a company sends or receives that isn't an email. Now, this correspondence is always moving in one of two directions. You've got inward mail, that's everything arriving at the company, like a bill from a supplier. And then you've got outward mail, that's everything the company is sending out, like a response to a customer. Simple, right? It's a two-way street. Okay, so let's follow a piece of mail on its adventure into the company. A letter shows up. To you and me, it's just an envelope. But the second it hits the mailroom, a whole system clicks into gear to make sure it gets to the right person safely and quickly. The whole process really boils down to two key steps. Step one, register it. Every single item gets logged. This creates a paper trail so nothing, and I mean nothing, gets lost. Step two, distribute it. This is all about speed and accuracy. You don't want an urgent invoice sitting in the wrong person's inbox for a week, right? And this is the tool that makes it all work: the inward mail register. Think of it as the mail's passport. Every column is crucial. The registration number gives it a unique ID. The subject tells you at a glance what it's about. And the department column? That's the one that makes sure it ends up in the right hands. It's a simple idea, but it's a super powerful system for keeping everything organized. So that's how mail gets in. But what about mail that's heading out? Well, that journey is just as important and just as structured. You want to make sure every letter or package that leaves the company looks professional and is completely accounted for. The outward trip has three main stages. First, just like with incoming mail, you log it. You always want a record. Second, you prepare it. And trust me, how it looks matters. And finally, you dispatch it. You send it off into the world using the best service for that specific item. And here's its counterpart, the outward mail register. It looks a lot like the inward one, right? But you'll notice it tracks the recipient, who it's going to, and has this super handy notes column. That's perfect for jotting down important details, like if you need a signature on delivery. It's a complete record of everything you've sent. Now that preparation step, it's all about professionalism. Seriously, the little things matter. How a letter is neatly folded into thirds, or how a package is properly wrapped with bubble wrap. It sends a message about the company. It says, we're detail-oriented, and we care. Okay, so the mail is logged, it's all packed up and looking sharp. Now you have to actually, send it. And this isn't a one-size-fits-all deal. You've got choices, and picking the right one comes down to what you're sending, how fast it needs to get there, and how much you want to spend. Generally speaking, you've got two main camps. There's the good old post office, super reliable, great for everyday letters, and often required for official legal stuff. Then you've got private courier companies like DHL or FedEx. You go with them when you need speed and really detailed up-to-the-minute tracking. And even within the post office, you've got levels. Standard mail is your basic, no-frills, cheapest option. Great for things that aren't time-sensitive. But if you're sending a contract, you're definitely going to want to use certified mail. That way, you get proof that you sent it, and proof that they received it. And of course, if you're in a hurry, there's always an urgent option. It's all about matching the service to the situation. So we've gone through all the systems, the registers, the different ways to send mail, but all of this, all of it, rests on one single foundational principle. This is the golden rule of the mailroom, and it is absolutely non-negotiable. The rule is just incredibly simple. If a piece of mail is marked personal or confidential, or it's addressed to a specific person, you do not open it. period. It goes straight to that person, completely sealed. This isn't just about being polite. It's about privacy, and it's the law. And this rule is all about one very important idea: confidentiality. It's the promise a business makes that says, your sensitive information is safe with us. Breaking that promise, that trust, can cause huge damage to a company's reputation. So let's just make it crystal clear. Rule number 1, if it's marked personal, you deliver it unopened. That's it. Rule number 2, all private information, whether it's about a client or the company itself, must be kept secure. Only the people who are supposed to see it get to see it. It's really that simple. We've seen the whole system, the careful logging, the sorting, the professional prep. So I'll leave you with this question to think about. If a company takes this much care with something as simple as a letter, if they show that much precision and respect for privacy, what does that tell you about how they handle everything else they do? Pretty powerful stuff. Thanks for tuning in.